That's what most people think. People think you have to be an accountant to start a tax business. I tell you, I was literally 19 or 20 years old when I started. So I'm 35. I'm 15 years in where I've been doing taxes, but I literally one day just decided to start. And the funny thing is, I had talked to my aunt. She was moving back from Houston, moving back to Jersey. And she was like, well, I'm going to move back to Jersey. And I want to, she had a tax office back in Houston. And I'm going to start a tax office here. And you can come, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, I'll just come and work with you to learn for my first year. And so she had a store location, helped her out that year. And then, picked ate the meat and spit out the bones. That's what my grandma called it. Eat the meat, spit out the bones. So I took what I liked from her business model and then, flipped it for me. So from the jump, I was a virtual tax business. It was really mobile. So I would pull up on people at their house, at their job. We'd meet somewhere maybe. But, my first year, I maybe only had like 30 clients. But for me, being 19, 20 years old, you can charge $500 or more to do taxes. $500 times 30, how much is that? 15,000?
Yeah.
So it's a quick extra 15,000 at 19, 20 years old. And that was from January to March. And
Right.
so I'm like, okay, this is cool. You know what I'm saying? Had extra money to blow. I was living life, traveling, spending money, doing all the things that I wanted to do. But I'm like, okay, yeah, this is cool. I was still able to go home, and really, had a virtual business. So like, I had a laptop and internet. So if I pulled up on somebody at a restaurant, I'm pulling my phone out, right? You got your phone, you got your Wi-Fi on your phone, and I got my internet, and I was literally doing people's taxes on my laptop. And so that's really where I got my start. And, I don't know why in the hell people trusted me at 19 years old to do their taxes. But that's where I got my start. I literally just started. Like I got registered with the IRS, got my P10, and made my first 15,000, and I was hooked.
That's really amazing. So what with the P10, because you said you don't need a degree, but what would someone need to start, now mobile and virtual is all the rage. We all want to work virtually. We all want to be free and not tied to a location. So that you're definitely shutting things on me, because if you asked me right now, I would have said you have to be an accountant to do people's taxes. So what do you need? You
Yeah, so it's really that's a huge myth, and a lot of people think that you have to be an accountant, right? I mean, you would just naturally think that, of course.
right.
And I don't know. I guess I didn't have, for me, you got to tell me no. And even after you tell me no, your boss got to tell me no. You know what I'm saying? I'm just that kind of person. Like, you're not just going to tell me whatever you want to tell me. Somebody else might have to tell me, and then the law might have to tell me, or something going to have to physically stop me. So I've just always been that kind of, I've been always been bullish like that. And yeah, no, you literally at that time, like I said, I didn't even have to have an EIN number if I didn't want to, right? I could have operated, but I knew all about EINs. I had my first business when I was like 17 or 18. I used to throw parties, and we were party promoters, and it was a whole lot of ratchetness going on. So we got our LLC so that we could separate ourselves from any kind of fights or whatever kind of liability came from these parties. So I already knew about that. So I did have my EIN established. But you go to the IRS and get a P10. Back then, it might have costed like $30. Some years I've seen it where it was free. So like, you can literally register for your P10 through the IRS.gov, and maybe for free, maybe for anywhere from free to $40 for the year, and do taxes. You do need professional tax software and clients. That's really all you need to get, to really start a tax business. Now, of course, like I said, the first year, I think I had 35 clients, and every year since then, it's almost double, if not double. So the way that I was able to grow my business was really through referrals. Back when I was 19, 20 years old, I don't know when this was, but maybe like '08, something like that. Internet marketing just wasn't something that Black young people were into. Right. So these kids these days, they all on the TikTok, they're all on Instagram, and they know how to work this marketing thing, YouTube marketing, all of that. That really wasn't a big thing when we were younger. So my business really just grew by word of mouth. And to be honest, that's really all I wanted. Like, I just really wanted my little business where I could work January to March, April time, do my taxes, and travel the world the rest of the year, right? Because it reminds you, I had school, I had home responsibilities and all that. So, it was cool to make an extra 30, $50,000 in the first quarter of every year. I had a whole lot of play money to go around. So, when I was a solo practitioner, it was great, right? Now, let's just talk about where I was when I was like 10 years in. It was like, okay, I'm 10 years in, I have my degree, and I want to advance in my career. And at the time, like I said, when I first started, I was probably only making 20 something dollars at Merrill. But, I'm like, all right, I got my degree now. When these six figures coming? So, the six figures came through a mixture of my business and job. But, you hear about getting your degrees and you think it's all green after that. So I got my degree and I'm thinking like, okay, well, now I'm about to get me a new job. As soon as I got my degree, girl, the market crash hit.
Right.
Got my degree in 2010. It was the worst market, worst job market in 100 years. So just really had to be patient and had to focus on growing my business.